The Assault game mode can be the most frustrating mode because you can't really deathmatch your way out of it. You're going to need to have successful ultimate stacks in order to take objectives, and even better yet, have good ult economy if you're ever going to hold against an ult stack yourself. What's going on, guys? It's FREEDO here for your Overwatch with another Sombra guide. Sombra is the queen of 2CP, and the top tier pros playing at Apex Season 3 have been using her just about every single match when playing the game mode for a good reason. Health packs are nearby to the objective. The game mode's all about ultimate stacks, and the objectives are typically tight and claustrophobic in such a way where EMP is going to get massive value. In this video, I want to break down Sombra's strengths on the game mode and how to manipulate the ultimate economy game so that your team doesn't just get punched in the mouth by some of the best ultimate combos in the game. Instead, Sombra hacks that. Oh, you thought you were setting up something powerful, Zarya? Well, as it turns out, as soon as Sombra knows that one of the most devastating ults in the game is in the hands of the enemy team, she can single-handedly set the tempo of not allowing that to have any value onto her team. Because EMP can charge so fast, which if you don't know, if you use Sombra as one of your healers, heal a bunch of the health packs and instruct your teammates to farm the health packs as their major source of healing, you're gonna have EMP about every minute, if not faster, which more or less means you can have it every single team fight, potentially even faster than a Mercy res. With that being the case, as soon as you know that the enemy has one of these game-changing shutdown ultimates, you can use your map control and careful initiations into the fight to make sure whenever that character is setting up to try to poke their head out, that you pop the EMP to make sure that that ult stack can't get momentum into your team. This is a much more commanding way to play 2CP, because oftentimes in matchmaking, you see a lot of teams that sort of passively wait on the objective, just poking from afar, letting the other team charge ults, then eventually when they get their ults, they walk forward, press Q, and you lose. Well, instead, Sombra flips that playstyle on its head. And because of that, Sombra is deemed the best character in the Assault game mode right now. It's hard enough, even with all your ults, hitting perfectly to stave off the incoming respawn waves of your enemy. On top of that, if you never even really get to ult at the point, and you're ulting just to get through the choke, for instance, in this Anubis gameplay, this Mercy continuously reses after my ult. Well, that's not too bad for me. I charge my ult just as fast as you, Mercy, and guess what? Now you're not gonna have res when you even get to the point. So the further frags that we get now, near the choke points, are always going to be better than if you're getting progress on the point and we're struggling to try to contest it. If you don't even get to set foot onto the point when you res, my team's got a res too. It's called Anubis B spawn. It's 2 feet away, and every 10 seconds I'm gonna be coming back 2 feet away. You can't be using your ults that far from the point. Now here on Volskaya, we're gonna be playing up against that classic choke defense. You've seen that choke defense. Well, as it turns out, this choke defense is absolutely horrible and you should never do it, nor should you lose to it, and this is why. Bypass it completely. Don't fight there. That's where they want you to fight. If instead you run past all that nonsense, get away from all that noise, hack these health packs, control the high ground, and do a slow assessing the situation of things. You don't have to just jump down into the engagement right away. You can set up the fact that your soldier has high ground. You can pick the engagement as you want. You can pick apart the enemy team. I'm surprised players at Upper Masters even attempt this type of defense, but it still is the standard way to hold for whatever reason in matchmaking. I assume it's because nobody watches the pros yet, but it's really, really bad. And the reason is because if we just avoid it and take the high ground, they have to come to the point to defend it. Then all of a sudden we have high ground, they don't. We're shooting down on them, and you lost from the first gate by thinking that you could just go Symmetra and stand at the choke. Bad idea, man. Now, even though I tragically die here near the end of this take, and the enemy do have a chance to retake, we have all of the positioning still, and we get to a point here where we're fragging out, and I decide that I'm not gonna use my EMP here because we have way too many members up. And this is another one of the big misconceptions with how good Teleporter is. If you don't have kills to really aid the fact that you're going to telly, or if you don't perfectly regroup out of the telly, you're just really trickling in and feeding, and you're not really gonna find an opening against a well-organized capping team. And all those respawns you just fed us, well, guess what? Now we have even more ult charge than we did before. Thank you very much, Symmetra. Now, I'm a little bit ahead of my team here, and it's important to note that you don't want to run in too early as Sombra. You have the stealth. You don't say your voice line's too loud anymore. You have 10 meters of range for that. As long as you're away from the contact, they won't hear you. Stay quiet, make sure to crouch when you need to, and look at your friendly triangles and try to communicate and pinpoint when they're making contact on the point. Then you pop out in the back line and you execute a quick ult stack. That's what you need to win 2CP. You can't afford to wait. You can't afford to get frags too slowly. You kind of just need to execute a quick play that kills a lot of them immediately, or you're not going to get any progress on the point. The EMPI drop actually looked unnecessary at first, but it did hack the Mercy, who didn't have res at the time, but if she did, would have saved that. Defender's advantage is so good, even though we had so many of our team alive. The enemy is able to come back and frag, but we charge up for the same ult stack again, do it again, and we're able to cap the point quite easily. Now, here's an alternate version of 2CP Sombra play. On Anubis, once again, a Widowmaker on this high ground bridge, as long as she has decent mechanics, is going to dominate the game, because if you sort of just wait around for your Widowmaker to stand up top of this bridge, you're gonna win. Well, the enemy team knows that, so they start throwing everything in the kitchen sink at my Widowmaker. Well, Sombra, she's that good against dive hero, remember? Hacking these targets that have these abilities that keep themselves alive or make them mobile makes them useless. So we'll be able to just move on and take this point basically for free. The EMPI launch here was intended to kill the Zen, but he had another healer pocketing him. So the downside of that play was that it only stalled those 3 enemies, but I wouldn't feel too bad about using an EMP like that because it did take them out of the play for a while. We didn't capitalize on it like I would have liked to, but it's not like the enemy were able to get any kills during that duration, so I kind of just froze them for a moment. And you built EMP so fast that you can't really be blamed for trying to use it a bit aggressively sometimes, because you're always just a few health packs and health pickups away from having EMP again, and by the time we even want to engage on point B, after just a little bit of poke here and there, we get it once again, making it easy to get this 1 tick that we needed on point B. But with the speed that we did so, and with a Sombra ready to hack any characters that wanted to come install, it's likely that we could have at least got another tick as well. This is the power of Sombra on 2CP, guys. The reason why she's so strong is because you need ultimates that have devastating and immediate value. It's not good enough to just pop some ults here or there and extend a fight out forever. You kind of need to regroup, pop big powerful Qs all at once, and Sombra is the queen of all Qs, baby. Guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please hit the like button. It really does help us out. Lets us know that you're enjoying the content. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe because we upload each and every day, so you're gonna want to hit the bell icon so that you get notified when our videos go live. Link in the description, you can check out our Discord server and our Twitter, where we tweet out news, updates, and dank memes. It's been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.